From Detroit, Michigan, we're looking live at Ford Field. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions.
One pride, it's time. Please welcome Dan Campbell and your defending NFC North champion, Detroit Lions.
Jake Bates now, ready to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, love him or hate him, Rodgers not ready to leave the league until he's satisfied with how his final chapter reads. He didn't get the storybook ending he wanted last year, taking another run at channeling all that doubt into success one final time.
Rodgers throwing to start it off. Complete to DK Metcalf. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Rodgers off the play action. Austin makes the grab downfield. And he has this down to the 34. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
24-yard gain.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Warren running between the tackles. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Rodgers from the gun. He's going for it himself. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
7-yard gain.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All set now, 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Warren. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Gain of 10 yards.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
Offense is set. First and 10. Counterplay here, Warren. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers finish up an excellent opening series. So a very run-heavy approach to this one thus far. Hard to argue with the results as they start out with a touchdown, Brock.
Yep, even in a passing league, Kate, it's how a lot of teams like to start, right? Everybody loves to think of winning the line of scrimmage. Why? Well, it sets up play action. It makes your protections a little bit easier. Win the line of scrimmage in this league, you have to win the game.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Lions nothing.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Jacob Sailors now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
The legend of this guy just grows year by year in the Motor City. The best individual season of his career, leading these Lions to a franchise record 15 wins. Now they just got to get to the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. Short pickup to their own 31. Darius Slay with the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Goff tosses that quickly out wide. And they are on him short of that first down. They responded quickly to that throw. That brings up 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Amik Robertson takes it away. And the Lions will take over with the football just outside the 30. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. New set of downs for them from the 31. On first down, it's Goff. Completed over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. To the right, he's got to Slong. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. On the draw, this is Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
The Steelers calling their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Fourth down and inches, just too tempting to pass up. They're going to go for it. They'll go for it. Goff. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson, the receiver, in motion left. They'll start the drive with Warren. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Left side, caught by Metcalf. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
It's Warren on 3rd down. That goes for a gain of just 1. And the Steelers have a first down.
It's a gain of a yard.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Warren quick on the draw. And this winds up being an excellent play for them from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
They get an even 10 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
If you really study the great teams when it comes to running that play, that draw concept, watch the offensive line's pad level. Those defenders, those linebackers, they're looking for cues and tells. If that offensive line gives it away, that play gets hit in the mouth. Instead, Those guys sold it just perfectly, and the yards follow.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
He puts some air under it deep down the left. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Another Steelers first down. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Here's another for him. And he's still going backwards as they get him behind the line.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Now from back at the 4, here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Makes the catch. They call this a 4-yard pickup. So now the question becomes, Brock, will they go for this or will they punt?
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Still 4th down.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Boswell able to knock it through. And that will add to their score.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left. Play action here with Goff. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it'll be 2nd down.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Steelers in the dime for this third down. Receiver in motion. He's headed right. Goff on third. That's complete to Sloan. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40.
That's good.
It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
First down throw from Goff. Quick slant, that's Williams. On the move, past the 40. Racing down the left side. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions face a 4-point deficit. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threats that these slant routes pose that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of their QBs to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch and run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions cut it to a field goal game.
Steelers 10, Lions 7.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Gainwell. Coverage team gets him down to the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Catch made by Austin. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Steelers have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, can sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on and on.
Play fake. Here's Rodgers. And down he goes. The Lions rush gets home. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, third down. Third and long for him here. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
7 on the play. That's another Steelers first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
Going power with a big tight end. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
It's a loss of 1.
That's what I call a go-for-broke call right there. Had that one saved up for a specific spot, and it fell just short of getting them the touchdown.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, second and goal. Pressure coming, Rodgers. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Lions have recovered it.
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the football, left an opening for those defenders to knock it free and escape without surrendering any points.
Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Screen here for Gibbs. They're going the wrong direction. He's going to be sent backwards to their own 3.
Tackle made back at his own 3-yard line.
So that brings us to the end of 1. Both teams starting that long walk to the other end of the field. Scoreboard shows 10-7. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They are facing second down deep on their own end. Goff to the air now. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. Cole Holcomb has it. Now in that spot, Brock, I think his first priority is just getting a throw some kind of way and avoiding the safety, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. And I know it's so easy for us up here in this comfy booth, armchair quarterback, but you can't ever relax when you're reading the coverage just because you're worried about taking a safety. You still got to stand, you got to deliver, and you got to take care of the football.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. They'll hand it off to Warren. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal. Rodgers to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Boswell able to knock it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Lions offense returning to the field. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. First call here coming from the shotgun. He'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Here's Goff. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So first down from the 41. Goff off the play action. Trying for the deep ball. This is brought in at the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
44 yards.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions tie and can take the lead here in the 2nd. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions take the lead on that successful kick.
Lions 14, Steelers 13.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Gainwell. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
False start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time.
Still 2nd down.
So the false start backs him up. This is 2nd down and 9. Rodgers from the gun. Finds him on the slant. And he's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. They sneak it with Rodgers. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
On 1st down, Warren. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
15 yards. That's another Steelers 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
This is thrown towards a defender instead, man. He's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
Such a big part of that breakup, Kate, or any breakup as a corner, is your positioning relative to the target and really the timing of it all. You could be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, that ball is still caught at this league. That corner played that one nearly perfectly.
Rodgers thrown again on 2nd. They connect on the deep shot. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a 2nd quarter lead.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers push their lead to 6.
20, Lions 14.
Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. This makes it up to the 25. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. Goff on 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
To the air on 1st down. Here's Goff. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Second and 3 now. Running it with David Montgomery. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that is good for Detroit 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
All set to go now from the 35. Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That play gains 15 and it moves the sticks.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
At the 20-yard line.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Here he is on 3rd and short. That one complete to St. Brown. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1-yard line.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Gibbs is in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions tie and can take the lead here in the 2nd. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Lions take the lead on that successful kick.
Steelers 20.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Gets it downfield, on target to Metcalf. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down.
It's a gain of 20.
An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. They'll run now with Warren. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Now after that snap, there's an injured Lion still out there. We'll get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Warren once more. Rolling into enemy territory. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
For a Steelers 1st down. A gain of 31 yards. And a Steeler 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Finds the in route complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. It's inside the 10. Pass is caught at the 9. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers push their lead to 6.
Steelers 27, Lions 21.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Sailors now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Lions take over.
The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. Fights his way through a tackle. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Gain of 15 there. And the Lions have a 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Quite the start to that drive, huh, partner? First play sets him up at the 38. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by the 4-time All-Pro Cameron Hayward.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Give him 24 on that play. And that is good for a Detroit 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Kyle Duggar hauling him down.
You call that jet sweep, you're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps him on schedule and didn't go backwards.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
At the 31. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Third down, Steelers in the dime. 6 DBs out there. Goff to the air now. Set up the screen to Montgomery. And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
A loss of 5.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the 1st, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here comes Williams on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Rodgers off the play action. Catch made by Austin. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First down, and they go right back to it. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Left side, caught by Metcalf. And he's bottled up the line on the final play before the 2-minute warning. Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. Stick around. Some more from Ford Field on its way. Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
To the air on 1st down. Rodgers connecting with Metcalf again. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
2nd and 3 now. They'll throw again. Rodgers. Just like the last play, Metcalf has it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Again, Rodgers throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Throwing again here, it's Rodgers. That one's cut along the left sideline. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down. Here's Rodgers. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Throwing again, Rodgers. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers grow their lead just before halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game.
34, Lions 24.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Lions going to go on offense here late in the half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10 from the 43. They're going to throw again. Goff. Got a man over the middle. It's St. Brown. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
More yards.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Right, reels it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal try. This from 40 on the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
Kid, I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, that gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Here's a design run. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th floor studios. A little abridged version of the halftime report here, as both defensive coordinators might be having speaks with their players. That begs the question, can any defense get a stop in the second half? To find out, let's go back out to the stadium and join our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Got a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. This return starts at the 5. A field-flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Well, their attempt to attack that deficit, it's begun in earnest, like with a capital E. What an immediate sense of urgency they created by that stellar return. This drive has begun must-score for this offense. I think we all felt that way, and they sure set the tone coming out of halftime with that kick return.
Here comes the offense for Detroit to begin the second half. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Run from Montgomery to start the half. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. From the gun, Goff. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Goff now on third down. It's on target to Williams. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Lions have a first down.
First down. First and 10.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Running out of the gun with Montgomery. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
All about that defense there. Had them bottled up from the jump. Truth be told, probably lucky they even got back to the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Looking to throw. Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions bring it back to even. And after this play, there's a Lion out there who got the worst of it. He's in some discomfort as they head out to check on it. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Johnson with a return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Warren. Jukes away from one. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
21 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Counterplay here, Warren. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Terrion Arnold in on the stop.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
On 2nd down, Warren. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock, but it does force a 4th down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. The Lions getting ready to return to the field. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them because they proved last drive they couldn't.
It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Goff. Finds Montgomery on the drop down. And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Trying to sneak here, Goff. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
You know what? It's a pretty doggone impressive feat of strength to hold the line against a sneak, even when you know it's coming.
Now, not a traditional spot we see teams going for it, but they only need a few inches. They've got a man in motion. Looking to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. How about 19 yards on 4th down, partner? And the call to go for it pays off.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Handoff headed left, Montgomery. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
It's Montgomery on the counter. Cuts right. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
21 more yards. That's another Detroit Lions.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, head the other way for a big run.
Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Montgomery. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions take a 3rd quarter lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7.
Steelers 34.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. Making some progress here. Nice effort here, and they're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. To throw, Rodgers. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted! Brian Branch has it! And the Lions get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Lions and running back David Montgomery getting back to work. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. And look at where they start with the football now.
First down from the 42. Running left, it's Montgomery. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Now Goff. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
From the red zone now. Hits his running back. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
They put a receiver in motion right. Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. He's got it, and he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions parlay the interception into points. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions double their lead to 14.
48. Steelers 34.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Gainwell. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll start the drive with Warren. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Catch made by Austin. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Third down, they need 7. Third and long, they're going to throw. This finds its target, that's Metcalf. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him.
It's a gain of 16
It's a great
yards.
pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down from the 42. Warren running between the tackles. And he's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. They gain 11 on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Now here's Rodgers. Setting up the running back screen. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Rodgers from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Third and long for him here. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing fourth down.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Kate, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. It's up close to the 30. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they face second down.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
Still 10 to go. It's second down now from the 26. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Steelers in the dime for this third down. Throwing is gone. Yet another grab for Williams. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
The Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up second.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A 7-yard gain.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Going to the ground again on first. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Vaki running behind center. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Montgomery gets it from the gun. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Quite the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play event as they get set for 3rd and 6. Now set up the screen to Montgomery. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That's a pickup of 9. And the Lions have a first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions make it a 3-possession game. David Montgomery with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21.
Lions 55, Steelers 34.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Gainwell. This makes it up to the 25. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Rodgers will look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He was covered by Brian Branch.
To throw is Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers, and also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
Rodgers going to throw on first. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. They'll throw again. Rodgers connecting with Metcalf again. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
So we're through 3 here. It'll be the Steelers with possession, but this game pretty one-sided at this point. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Throwing again, Rodgers. This finds Austin complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Calvin Austin. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
8 yards to go, and let's see how they approach this second down. Again, Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier, well, it aided him in the pursuit of the QB, and he nearly forced a fumble of his own on that sack right there.
Time coverage from the Lions, 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. They come through massive gain there on 4th down, give him 24 yards, and most importantly, that 1st down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
Warren quick on the draw. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. A little bit surprised, Brock. They were in such good position to blow that one up. Figured their attention might still be a little bit focused on slowing down that passing game.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, but I think 2 things come to mind. Number 1, awareness. Awareness, they may hit him with the draw. And then number 2, great eyes to see it and react to it.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. second straight play, Brock. They're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
6 yards.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Lions in the nickel. This is third down. Here's Rodgers. The throw left side finds Freiermuth. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Desperation time here. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. We get in on the grounds here with Montgomery. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. Ran into a wall that time. Couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down now.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll run again with Montgomery. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down.
A 3-yard loss.
Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. The Lions readying for the punt. Jack Fox will kick it away. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
He was brought down.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. But you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Rodgers set to pass. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
To Pat Fryermuth. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Lions going to the dime look here on 3rd down. 6 DBs out there. Throwing again here, it's Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Now can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. They'll go for it. Rodgers. They connect for the first. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
A gain of 6.
So they come through with 6, and they're rewarded for going for it on 4th down.
I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So 2nd down coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
To throw again here on 2nd down, Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. Oh, put some air under this one, right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big 34-yard pickup there. And the Steelers have a 1st down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
And he will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers get it back to a 14-point game.
Steelers 41.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Sailors now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Off play action, Goff. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers have some new life in the 4th.
Kate, I think you could almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
The Steelers offense headed out. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
First and 10 from the 32. Rodgers from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
So things not looking good after that sack. 15 to go here on 2nd down. Rodgers to throw. Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Extra man in the secondary for the Lions on this 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Catch made by Austin. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the red zone on 1st. Hits him on the in route. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Austin put in motion right. Now throw again, Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Steelers 48. Chris Boswell to
And
kick
just
off
like
for
that, we're
Pittsburgh.
back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. Escapes a defender. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard
The offense
line.
headed out now for Detroit. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Montgomery now up the middle. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Kate. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Play action here with Goff. Taken in by Williams outright. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Complete to Jamison Williams. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
It's a gain of 8.
That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st down throw from Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
Loss of 7.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
He was defended by
I'll say, Kate, that
Brandon
defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
Jack Fox
Punt team
in
on the
punt
field.
formation for the
And they could
Lions.
really use a good one here. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Drawing up the design keeper. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
1st down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Rodgers going to throw on 1st. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
4 yards. That's another Steelers 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Steelers.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
1st down throw here by Rodgers. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
On 2nd and 10 now, Rodgers has him on the quick hitter, and he's tackled for a short gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Steelers losing by 7. 7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Escapes the sack. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The Steelers calling their 1st time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. A give here to Warren. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. He's dropped. A big stop and a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
4 guys out wide. Here we go, 3rd and long. Looking to throw it. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now. They should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. this one to Freiermuth. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers cut it to a point late in this one. Pat Freiermuth, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for two and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this two-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Sailors now on the return. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And we'll see how aggressive they get to try and end this game in regulation, or if overtime is on the horizon. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw it. Big strike here to Williams. They'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first.
That's good.
And they still have two available for them as we approach the end of this game.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
He was brought down at
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here he is to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
1st and 10 at the
Yeah, these in
35-yard
cuts maybe
line.
aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. The toss play, Montgomery. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop that clock, so they could still win it with a field goal or a touchdown, Brock. It's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. This 42 yards from the right hash. That one is good! And he hits one more time to win them this game! So it's 1 for the win column for the Lions. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.